Talking with Words.
Welcome back to Talking with Words. You're here with Rob.
Cameron.
James.
And Ryan.
Disgraceful.
Yep.
Tonight we watched Rubber from, and I should have had my phone already ready.
2010.
2010. This was a hard one to find, probably for a good reason. This came out, what I remember was it was one of the early Netflix movies that no one had seen because Netflix was just doing like B movies at the time
That explains it.
when they started their streaming
Checks
service.
out.
And it blew up because it was, well, you saw that.
Amazing.
Okay, when you say blew up,
Oh yeah.
I'm not foreshadowing, but like what's the context there? Like
It was one of those cult classics. It was a like 2 year. Do you remember this?
Yes.
'cause this
Vaguely.
is prime college days for me and I haven't heard about this film.
Yeah, it was.
You were too busy at basketball practice.
And that also is true.
Yeah, it was. Somebody told me about it because I didn't have Netflix streaming. I was still doing the DVDs, and I got it and watched it just for this, and was not disappointed at all.
He's had Netflix ever since.
In my $5.99 a month back, whatever it was back then, for all 900 movies they had that were the stuff you'd buy $1 a piece in the 20 bundles at Walmart. Anyway, Rubber.
Robert.
If you're not familiar with
That's all we
the film,
needed. That's all I needed, really.
I think a lot of people are not familiar with this film. But go ahead, Rob.
Even the people that aren't. I forgot a lot of what this movie was. Described as a homicidal car tire discovering it has destructive psionic power, sets its sights on a desert town, and my phone just went black. That's pretty much all you need to know, though.
Yeah. Parents Guide, does that exist?
I'm
yes, it
trying
does.
to reset this phone. You have yours up?
I do.
Okay, because mine just decided, fuck this movie.
Yeah. Rated R for some violent images and language. Sex and nudity, mild. Violence and gore, sever. Profanity, moderate. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking, mild. Frightening and intense scenes, moderate.
And there were more people in this than I thought there were, as far as names, recognizable faces. Maybe not names to most people because we had to look a lot of them up.
Recognizable
How
to
did they-
some.
How did they pay this many
Just not-
actors? What was
Oh, they didn't get paid, James.
There had to be a lot of favors when this movie was called in.
I've seen movies like this that you just never made any money at all, and I'm curious where this one ranked among them.
It had to have been one of those that won some festival and then they made it a full feature instead of like a 15-minute. That's what it feels like.
I mean, budget was
800,000.
that seems excessive.
Yeah.
Although I guess it's all spent
Ah.
on practical effects.
Yeah.
That's
Every bit
about
of it
it,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Only made 680 at the box office.
It was in a box office. That's impressive.
I'm surprised it was. Yeah.
For 800,000, I was impressed at the explosions.
Yeah, that's
The heads that blew up. I mean, it looked. I've seen it done where it was way more fake looking than what it actually was done in this one.
that's being a good
So-
steward of your money for sure. They're spending it the right way.
Yeah.
The acting was probably better than some with higher budgets.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that for a second because when we started it, it's like 15 minutes of the tire waking up, becoming sentient, kind of discovering its powers. And I remembered as I'm watching it, I'm like, I remember I had to get through like the first 15 minutes before I got the joke part. And this movie it's really light at the beginning where it's this audience watching the movie that we're watching within the movie. And they just kind of set that up and they're like, okay, now enjoy. And then the movie starts and it's the tire. And after like 15 minutes, you're like, okay, this is really fucking slow. And then it cuts back to the audience again, and weird shit's going on. And I forgot that the reason I love this so much is the audience, not the actual tire killing people, because it's such an bizarre thing they do with this movie.
It's an interactive film.
Man,
They just handed them binoculars, and somehow they're able to follow the storyline and all the action without moving from that one spot.
The line that someone in the spectator group would keep saying is, "Oh, there he is," and someone will say, "Where?" And they would say, "Right there, straight in front of you."
straight in front of you.
Yeah, straight ahead. And it's literally supposed to be us looking straight ahead
Because we're looking
watching
at
it play
the
out.
screen.
But they're in a vast desert with tons of stuff going on. It's just right there, straight ahead. It's so funny. So yeah, I get it, Rob. I get it. It's not the tire, it's everything else.
Yes, it's everything except the tire.
It's everything else.
And the tire's still fun. Like
Sure.
a tire that blows people up when it vibrates its sentient mind, whatever it is.
It had no speaking lines.
It's enjoyable. Whoa, 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 whoa. But
That really angered the child.
Yeah.
He hit it with a Coke can because it wouldn't talk back to him.
yeah. Just I love this movie so much more after watching it after when did we say this came out?
2010.
10. Okay. So yeah, 15 years ago. This aged well.
Makes me
I
feel
thought
I'm happy.
after the ET reference early in the movie, I thought that maybe the kid would bond with the tire and they'd have their own adventure. But then they killed the kid's evil dad like first. I was like, well, that's not happening.
Well, I guess
about
that's
murder,
fucked.
not adventure, James.
This did age pretty well. And I think you can even fast forward 10 more years and it's probably still going to be
Yeah.
that.
There wasn't anything to date it. I mean,
No, like they already
the
tried
cars,
to put it back with the, dumpy town,
Yeah.
dumpy cop cars.
Closest you're going to
payphone,
get to
everything.
dating it is the pianist joke they make twice.
Yeah.
Once in the beginning, once at the end.
Same
Oh.
same joke, same delivery,
Do you
different
think-
Different camera
camera
angle.
angle.
I think
Point
those
of
movies
view.
debuted at the same film festival.
That's got to be what happened.
That was an inside joke for the people at the film festival watching this.
Well, I like that it opens with a monologue, and this is I was joking about it while we were watching it because Sally was struggling madly to get out of this room.
What else is new?
Yeah, she keeps getting out. I don't know. Need bigger chains. I don't know. They tell you in the very beginning, none of this matters.
No reason.
No reason is the thing he repeats. Why is this? No reason. They're telling you, hey, don't worry about it. It's the same thing. It's my favorite joke from all the Austin Powers movies, where in the second one they talk about time travel, and he goes, well, wouldn't that have a paradox effect? And they just both look at the camera and go, don't worry about it. Neither of you at home. Let's not worry about any of this. Like, that's the joke I like. And they start with it. And then the tire comes out of the ground. Yes.
I like the kids' music they played at the beginning when the tire was
The
still
awakening.
a child, innocent child. What was the first thing you ran over? Was a plastic bottle.
Plastic bottle.
Squirrel.
It made
Yes.
a funny sound.
Which all of those shots were like nature documentary shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is a fucking funny movie. Where's Taylor? Where's Taylor?
Well, it was
Taylor
kind of
would have
cute
hated
when it
Yeah.
when it fell asleep at night. He just got all tuckered out and laid down on its side and went to bed.
Yeah.
So did the audience.
And so did the audience.
Totally messed up the hotel sheets.
It's a lot of tread.
And
Yeah, at some point it comes in out of the wilderness and it moves into the motel.
He had to have been rubbing one out,
Which-
right?
rubbing indeed.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's it for me.
And on a high note. But I also liked in the beginning, like Sally was still here when they made the joke. They cut back to the audience and they're like, watching the video, like, this is boring. Nothing's happening. I'm like, God damn it, yes. Like, they know what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose. Like a lot of those
Sally
jokes
immediately
landed.
said, "This is boring. I'm leaving."
Yeah.
Those jokes landed perfectly for me.
Landed for everybody but Sally.
Yeah, I've got the right ahead. It's right there in front of you, straight ahead.
Yep.
I liked the learning to roll. They played the nature music like we were just talking about. This is the sound of a guitar. This is the sound of a drum, and it's just rolling down the street, doing whatever it does until it learns to blow shit up.
Which, how do you think it came to that? Like, that's a pretty quick reveal of, oh, I can do more things besides just roll.
No reason.
Just one more thing.
It's kind of where this movie starts to fall apart for me. You know,
I think James just nailed it.
Well, it had to have more power than just rolling over things because it's not heavy enough to crush somebody. It's a rubber tire.
I also need a little bit more of a backstory. You know, why is this tire in the desert?
Did you not
why?
see?
The no reason?
Well, besides that,
Did I not see?
all the tires getting murdered in the desert.
Well, that was at the end when they were on the bounty hunt for a tire, trying to pick up any spare, set it on fire. This guy was just, I mean, was he born there?
Well, it was. It's like
Came off at the
kind of like an
car.
Indian, kind of like the tire burning facility was like. It's like an Indian burial ground, but it was for tires.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Maybe this one was.
That's where he got his power.
So this is a pet cemetery from another dimension.
Yeah.
There's
All right. Checks out.
no reason.
There is a reason. I need there to be at
So
least
we can just
be
make up the reasons.
some
Yeah,
reason.
100%.
Well, I love that part right after he rolls up on the tire burning and has this soundless, what I assume was a freak out moment. It's like you're killing the other tires, and then the next thing you know, it's 3 days later, and every person in town is dead. The grocery
The
store,
tire apocalypse.
and we kept finding stores and places for people to be that you had no idea were in this town. There was a grocery store, there was a diner.
They were in Vegas. Did you not realize that?
Yeah. Where do you think he got the pizza from?
What part of the strip was that?
With the extra toppings.
Yes.
Ugh.
That was funny though.
Yeah, it was. There's so many weird bits in the middle of this.
Hey, if Dad doesn't believe you when you tell him that a tire came to life and was stalking somebody, put roadkill on his pizza.
Also, I like that the dad was played by David. Is it Bowie or Bo?
Probably
Do we know?
Bo.
Sure.
Yes.
We just were watching Cable Guy,
Mm-hmm.
and we mentioned while watching it that guy was in something else, and then he was in this.
It's not what any of us were thinking
No,
of. But
not at all.
Oh, he's in Rubber, right?
That's talent right there. Well done. Yeah, he was the dad that needed his extra toppings on his pizza
yeah. AKA Crow.
at the Easy Rest Inn,
Eat crow.
which I liked. The James mentioned he just shows up in a room. I like going in they almost did the Psycho nod when it's looking in the door. But I really liked watching the tire push the door open for the camera. Like I'm thinking of filming it, and the tire is pushing the door open, and the camera's like right there, like kind of having to time it with the tire. I just enjoyed watching all of that. And then, of course, you had the Psycho scene in itself, and then switching to that girl's ass looks weird. Like, what?
Yeah. The dad kicks the binoculars away from his kid.
Yeah.
Take that. No, give it back.
And that's when right before the turkey breakfast.
Yeah. Because they've been there for, they've been in the desert sleeping on the ground all night in sleeping bags, but somehow nobody brought any food. They brought sleeping bags, but they didn't bring food.
Well, movies usually aren't that long.
Yeah, it was supposed to be over.
Who called the guy to tell him to bring a turkey?
Yeah, the assistant.
Probably the sheriff.
He called him master.
It's the sheriff.
gotta
Sheriff
be.
is master.
Or no reason.
Mr. No Reason, yeah. The assistant was my favorite character in this film.
His
It's
little
titled as the accountant.
The accountant, is that what he
Yeah.
was?
his little monologue while
Which
he's
doesn't make sense.
eating the
but
dinner.
Just all the weird shit that he did in this. He acted it perfect. He
He's
nailed
like,
every
"Yes, sir.
scene he was in.
Salutations. And then he murdered the turkey.
But just going up there at the end with a second dinner,
on a cart.
like I didn't get him the first
You
time,
need your strength.
get him this time, and then eating it like we all were thinking the same thing. Like
Yeah.
that's
You were supposed to eat
it's
this.
clearly poison. And then the super long death sequence. I was laughing.
The wheelchair
lot.
guy just watches him.
He has the binoculars and he just goes, yeah.
Well, he called it out when everybody else was eating. He goes, "That's because it's poison, guys."
And then they start dying around him.
Yeah.
Which he was 100% correct until it
On
was
point.
resurrected.
But again, the sheriff and the accountant are trying to kill off the viewers so that the said movie would be done.
Yep.
And they find out quickly that
Is
the
that not how that
viewers
works?
have not been killed off and that the movie must continue and that it's not all
The
fake.
back half of the film is trying to end the film.
Yeah.
Now, if this were at a movie theater, that would have been the right time to bring out snacks for the audience.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That'd be fun.
This could be a great live audience participation.
That would be fun.
Film.
Yeah.
Because we have after
Turkey legs
Everybody's
come
just
out
sitting there
like-
staring at a
turkey
bucket of
leg.
popcorn, like, I don't think so.
yeah, no, thank you. Because we have the poison turkey. Everyone in the audience, quote unquote, except for our man in the wheelchair, Hauser, dies. That's the actor's name. I can't remember the character's name.
That's fine.
Man in wheelchair.
Medical device.
I'll
guy.
prefer Hauser. All right. The sheriff comes out and he's stopping. It's the movie within the movie thing.
Yep.
Where he is playing an actor inside of this, telling the other actors
Sure.
maybe that the movie's over, to stop. It's all fine. They don't believe him because they're not actors. It's like a Matrix within a Matrix thing.
But then why do you have an alligator, stuffed alligator under your arm?
Yeah.
Well, but he was right about the bullets not hurting him,
Yes.
but he was wrong about the corpse in the body bag.
Yes. Because
Just
the
slap it a
tire
little.
was a
MacGuffin. No.
it was a non-constant is what the tire was for the film, I think, because I think it was supposed to be something. Again, this is all total fucking guesswork because it's three things within itself and none of them really make any sense. I feel like I've lost everyone at this point in the room.
No reason.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
We'll leave it
there
at that.
can't be a reason.
When he starts hunting the tire, it changes the whole thing again.
The fact that he takes the own tire off the wheel off of his car, he's like,
Yes.
this is what the perpetrator looks like.
It goes Super
This is-
Troopers on
yeah.
itself.
Sir, do we have a brand? Unbranded.
Most likely
Most
unbranded.
likely unbranded.
Because it's a
Is it
movie.
black? Just a hard stop on that joke.
It was great. It was great.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that line was funnier than it should have been.
Yeah. And then they just the whole intro to the third act is we're going to kill the tire.
Mhm.
And they build up this big thing with the model with the C4 on it.
Oh yeah,
They're
the
using
mannequin.
the mannequin. They're using the girl. For some reason, they're using her in the van.
Well, I mean, it was peeping on her while she was in the shower because apparently she leaves her motel room door open while she showers.
Cameron said he
and
does the
wanders
same
around
thing.
naked.
But the
I
kid
mean,
was the only one that saw
get it,
the
but-
tire looking through the door.
Yes.
I can just imagine them writing this like, okay, so they reach the motel. She's going to go in and shower. How do we have the tire peep on her? Well, the tire doesn't have hands, so you're going to have to leave the door open. That's it.
Can't look in
Genius.
the window.
We're just going to leave the door open.
Fucking amazing. Roll it.
Don't think about it. Do it.
I get it. I'm there. I'm all in on this movie.
You got to think though that this lady
Lady.
is really our tire's like first true love. really the first
This is the first person
lady
the
that
tire
he's
saw.
even laid eyes on.
I mean, as he's
That he hasn't wanted to kill, right? Because every other human who he has encountered at that point was just the one guy who why did he kill the guy at the gas station again? Because he hit him off the road with his truck.
He hit him
Yeah,
with his
yeah.
Hit him off
truck.
the road.
Yeah.
So that's the first person he sees, but he got kicked off the road. So
Well,
he
he
kills
saw
her,
He cut her
I
off.
saw
too.
her driving through first, I thought.
but she
And
wasn't
then he
doing
got out
anything
into
to
the
him.
road. Right. The tire rolls out into the
Yes.
road to watch her go off, and he's about to follow her. Or
You gotta follow that ass.
The tire did something to her car to make it stop right there on the road.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't want to go back and rewatch it though. I
And
can tell you
then,
that.
and then
It's
the other
only
truck
60 minutes.
comes up behind him.
I was
and-
gonna say the other guy like swerved around her or got too close
So
or
he
whatever.
gave him a
because she
reason.
gives him the finger as she's driving
Right.
by
Yeah.
the gas
Right.
station.
But the guy gave the tire a reason to kill him.
Oh yeah.
Right. But the lady never did.
I mean, if you've ever been cut off, you get it.
Yeah.
Except she did throw him. No, she didn't throw him out.
No.
That was the cleaner.
She hit him with the door, but it could have been
On accident.
extruded as an accident.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
she didn't know he was there.
the entrance to the hotel room was right next to the sink and mirror.
And then he goes in the next room over and starts watching TV.
Watching
a
kids
Rolex.
exercise loudly.
Yes.
He was just curious.
He liked cabs.
He was a curious little tire,
No reason.
and then rubbed one out on the sheets.
A lot.
Multiple.
It was all over the place in there.
I mean, that's what they're conveying, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, surely.
Squeaky, squeaky.
I thought it was funny when the cleaning lady caught the tire taking a shower.
And that's when it got thrown out.
Let's get you out of here. Still wet into the dirt.
Rude. Just rude. She deserved it.
This movie.
We're talking way too many details about this movie.
See, you all liked it too.
Well,
Yeah. Really good.
well, no.
I would love to inflict this on somebody else.
This is, and that's the thing. If you're watching this,
Helen's still awake when you get home.
if you're watching this film by yourself, again, kind of strange.
I would say if you're going to watch this film, watch it with me because I'm going to laugh a lot and it might make you laugh a little bit.
Sure, but you at least need to have someone else experience the somewhat quirky fun, but also pain that comes with this movie.
There's a lot of pain in there.
Yeah,
But it's way worth
but
it.
doing it by yourself, it's kind of weird.
Lube up, my friend.
It's kind of weird.
The tire of consequences rarely arrives pre-lubed.
We haven't even got to the climax. I mean,
Which
the tire
one?
climax is in the sheets.
Well, yes. Take us there.
I don't want to.
I knew you didn't.
We've already talked about the trap, if you will, to potentially blow up our tire.
So that's where I was going with this fourth wall thing.
Perfect. Take us there.
I know you don't want to do it. While they're running up this explosion trap, there's a knock on the side of the van, and it's the last audience member, man in wheelchair. Like, hey, could you guys speed this shit up?
They've literally been trying to the whole time, by the way.
And it's the joke that they've been making half the movie of like, let's end this fucking thing. They do it again, and finally the sheriff's like, God damn it. Gets a shotgun, goes in there,
Well-
executes.
So they put the dynamite around the mannequin's midsection.
Yeah.
Yet literally every dead body they found, the head has been exploded.
Yeah.
So like there's no reason. See what I did there? That anyone that anyone should assume the whole mannequin's gonna blow up.
I liked that the
Only small animals, beer bottles, and Coke cans.
Yes.
actress playing the girl having to read the lines became uncomfortable with the lines she was reading.
And the
She was much
sheriff's
worse
over
than
there,
life,
like,
apparently.
don't improvise.
At that point, I couldn't tell whether it was the actress playing the role or
Yeah.
if it was actually the character uncomfortable with
Hey.
the job.
Hey guys, he's not feeling the male voice. Go back to the female. Just say whatever.
That whole thing.
The fourth wall with the wheelchair guy banging on the back of the van and having the discussion of, so what do you plan on doing? Again, hurry this shit up. What do you plan on doing? And then the sheriff tells him, he goes, well, you can't do that. Literally has, again, the audience saying to themselves, well, you can't do a movie like this.
There were like 64 wall breaks in
Yeah.
that one scene.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't. And he goes, no, yeah, yes, I can. That's what we're going to do.
We're not going to do a movie like that. That's not how you do it. No, we're doing it.
No, this is what we're doing.
Audience. And then they just execute it. And we're like, okay, so that storyline's done.
Done.
Man in wheelchair is the only one left. Oh, this
This is how you're going to end it? Just like this?
is bullshit. Tricycle comes out. He just declares, it's been reincarnated. Okay. That's what we needed to get us to the next scene. Thank you, sir. You're a real champion. And then we take another step back to, I'm just in the audience. Don't mind me, Tricycle. And he blows up. And then we have
he
the-
got upgraded.
Then we have the Planet of the Tires.
Powers got upgraded with Tricycle.
It can now affect audience members.
I mean, now you're blowing up the entire body instead of just heads at
Oh,
this
yeah.
point. Now you have 3 tires. You know what I'm saying? So
No, I'm saying.
Nothing left but half the wheelchair and the shoe.
And he's got a posse.
Started a gang.
he does build
Yeah.
his posse,
Got himself an entourage.
and then the
He
film
inspired all the other
ends
tires.
with like a 10 to 15 minute just constant reel of tires and Tricycle just going down roads
Yeah.
very slowly. Very
It's the dramatic hero shot.
There were no audience members left to be like, is this fucking done or what?
That's the thing. As soon as the last audience member dies, the film is not over.
We had to sit in it.
Yeah.
And then the
Oh,
credits roll. And my favorite shot, I think, in this whole thing
I think so too.
is it's the very beginning, the intro shot, where it's the sheriff doing a monologue into the camera, except it's shot from the side. So it's just the sheriff's profile, and off screen that you couldn't see before is the accountant. That's what we're calling him, the
Yep.
accountant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full on, full facing the camera.
Frontal.
Just, oh yes.
Standing there making faces as he goes
Just
through everything.
Having a fucking shit fit of getting through that monologue. Oh God, it was amazing. That shot made the whole movie for me. And I already enjoyed it.
Somebody called it out. This is the first time that everybody sat down and watched all of the credits.
No one's watched the whole thing through all the way.
Yeah, that's the reason why it helped. But again, the credits were fairly short.
Like the movie.
Yeah. Most of the actors, I'm sure, were part of the editing and producing in this.
That's usually how it goes. Speaking of, we've got some
We
work
get
for you here in a couple of weeks.
No,
Cameron the hero.
I don't get paid enough for that.
Sha-la-la-la.
Neither did they.
Oh, they did. Netflix.
Listen, watch it if you're weird. Don't if you're not.
I don't know if you know who watches and listens to.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to love it. You're going to love it.
I just have.
Really good.
I say I have better things to do with my time, but here I am.
Clearly not.
Here I am.
Every week.
Here I am. So it's
I
not.
guarantee you'll talk about this movie again.
Yeah.
To be fair,
We've
absolutely, because it does a perfect job of not taking itself seriously, but taking itself seriously in different times. But they don't go complete overboard
Yeah.
of not taking themselves seriously. They want to back it up a little bit and like, nope, we're going to take it serious. A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Perfect combination. Perfect mixture. Perfect cocktail
Oh.
of all of it. Because they could have gone way overboard
Oh.
of not taking themselves seriously, and then it would have been like, all right,
Little much.
yeah.
But no, they found
You have to start with the monologue.
they found their traction.
You have to start with the monologue. If you don't,
That's really what ties the whole thing together.
yeah.
I think it was all about finding your audience.
Or killing them.
I mean, there's no purpose in the
Yep.
movie unless you've got an audience.
Very
So,
true.
There's
But I
purpose,
will-
just no reason.
How many of them do you lose first half of the movie. Apparently, most of them.
Keep going back to what Alan says. Like that was probably the best
They pulled
version of
Sally
what
to write
that
this thing?
is.
That's a James quote.
That was you?
Yeah. Credit where credit's due.
I give Alan too much credit.
Fuck
then.
off, Alan. That's not for you.
But
That's okay. He didn't listen.
that applies. It is probably the best.
It's the best version of that,
Of
whatever that
that.
was. Yeah.
And I don't know how to describe that,
Rubber-tastic.
but it probably was.
Rubberific. Ooh,
There you
I
go.
like that one. I think that was my nickname in college. No, it was Rob. Shit.
Mm.
That was the tire's
Close.
name.
The tire.
Anyways,
That's high praise coming from Cameron
that's not
on
high
a fucking
praise.
bizarre ass movie.
That
As much as I like it, yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre as shit, and it might take you a while to get through it, but
we watched some
Man,
really
it was
good stuff over
118
here.
minutes.
I loved it.
It's the fact
hour
that it
18
doesn't take itself serious, but still does.
There's no way to kill him unless we kill him first.
I'm not tired of it yet.
God, that's it. I'm out. That was a tire joke.
Oh, I heard it.
Why didn't you? I mean, why didn't you react?
Fell flat.
Damn
Tire joke, motherfucker.
So I normally curse Taylor when he's over here because he's usually the one calling the shots. And I mean, Taylor gets to watch whatever Taylor wants around here. Apparently, this one's on Ryan. We were scheduled to watch something.
You're welcome.
Else.
No.
Fair.
Hey, you can always blame me for anything you want. It's not going to matter, but
This is more of a you're welcome though, because again, I got to go home early. It was a half decent film.
hey, I already said we
Help
can hang
me.
out.
Help
Yeah,
me.
we got gummy bears to eat.
You are psychotic if you watch it by yourself. I'm just saying it. Psychotic.
Yeah. Tit and tat. Rubber. Go watch Rubber. It's great. Yeah. Anything else? Did we miss something?
Probably.
Probably, but
Probably.
It's not
It
worth
did. The tires did go
getting
swimming.
into.
There was some
oh yeah, it
physics
did go someone. I
involved
forgot about that.
The
It's gonna sink.
Yeah.
the audience,
Hey, we just watched it sink. It sinks.
the spectators are in the initial monologue. We see it.
Yes.
Yeah. When the camera pans around, they're all standing there.
We'll come back to this. So once the monologue ends, the accountant hands them the binoculars to start the viewing experience of the film, which is
Correct.
pretty fun. That's the only thing that we missed.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Binoculars. They're watching through binoculars the entire time.
Yes, they
And-
are.
And
But-
the one blonde chick asks, "Hey, is this going to be in black and white or color?"
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Jeez.
Independent movie. Who knows? Where's Kevin Smith?
Can we talk about the cop car pulling up to the monologue?
The chairs.
Oh, you mean he was riding in the trunk?
Why? And now again, you can just go like no reason.
That was the
I
whole
get
point.
it.
Was
Yep.
the no reason? Yep.
Yeah.
That's why
That
they
started
did that.
off right.
If they hadn't knocked all those chairs down, the audience might have been able to sit.
We can't have them sitting.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Also, trunk cop.
That's weird enough, right? Like you can just start with a cop car approaching the scene, if you will.
They really wanted to nail that point
Well,
home
based
early
on the
on.
monologue, it's like, why was the cop in the trunk? No reason. Why were there chairs in the road? No reason. Why did
Set
he
it up
hit every
perfectly.
chair?
You know that he wrote like a short film and filmed a short film on this, and everyone that he talked to was like, "Well, why the fuck?" It's like no reason. He went home and wrote
Yeah.
that opening
Yeah.
monologue and wrote that cop thing around the little story of the.
Probably so. Trivia.
He's friends with Taylor, and he's like, "Taylor, fucking no reason. Shut the fuck up. Go home."
You don't think
Take a
Taylor
shit.
would like this film?
Who knows?
Never know with that
There's
guy.
really only one way to find out.
Taylor, you didn't need to watch
Drown
it.
him.
Drown. I
Yep.
did read the trivia. Not a lot in there. Shocker. Short film. That's why. It took them 14 days to film.
That's pretty good.
Not shocked. And a month to write the script,
That makes sense.
Yeah, that part checks out.
which means all you aspiring writers out there, you got 1 month to wow me.
Hashtag trailers for Cameron.
What we got next? Trailers for Cameron.
I'm really hoping
Cam.
this thing gets off. Yeah, trailers. Hashtag trailers for Cam.
Taylor's for Cameron's too long.
It's going to be on here at the end of this anyway.
Taylor's for Cam. Is that what you said?
Taylor's for Tram.
All right, Kyle.
Right here. Trailers for Cam. Trailers for Cam.
The lady boy.
I can see the future. Anything else? Trailers for Cam.
No, that's it.
Ryan.
Go watch it. It's great.
James.
Let's roll out.
Roll out.
How long you been sitting on that one?
A few minutes.
After the last one.
Just spinning his wheels over there. Charlie, get us out of here. Shit, did I hit record?
Are we